feel like an idiot. That's okay. This is working well. Oh, it's already videoing. It's Brittany here from Green Bee Flowers in Strathroy, Ontario. We were just out last week at the Green Door Gardens plot, but so much has happened over this past week that I wanted to come out and show you again and give you a quick tour because things are blooming. We have Dahlia's getting staked today. Nick is stringing up his tomatoes, and the girls have done so much work here over the course of the past week that I just wanted to come out and give you an idea of what we have been working on. So here you can see just behind me, we've been working on staking all these dahlias. Now, last week I showed you these and they were just really little, they were still to the ground, and this is actually the seedling patch. And you can see over the past week, like, they have grown so much. So what we're doing today is we're actually staking these with wooden posts. So these are just kiln dried wood posts. And we are going to be running a crisscross trellis here to just to give them some support as they grow up. So I'm going to keep hammering in some stake. I'll show you how we string up our dahlias. So basically what we did was we spaced out these stakes about every 3 feet and tried to not put them where the tubers are going to develop. The last thing you want to do is run a stake through your tubers and have them grow all weirdly around them. So now we're going to take our baling twine and we are going to make a crisscross applesauce trellis system for our dahlias. So for this task, we use baling twine. This is the Harvest King Baler twine, not sponsored. We just get it at our local feed store. We're going to use this to do the dahlias. So now we're going to go through and we're going to do this twine system for all 3 of these rows, and I'll check back in with you once they're done. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Flower farming is dirty. So much dirt. So beside me here you can see the zinnia patch from last time, and these are actually the same plants. You can really see how much they've bulked up over the past week, and that is solely because we pinched them. So I'm going to show you guys. So this is zinnia. So this zinnia here you can tell was pinched. We went in and we snipped that center stem out, and now it's essentially growing 2 branches. And when you look at all of these, you can see how bushy they are because all of them have been pinched, and they are going to turn to really excellent zinnia plants this year, this whole row. Can we see? Can we see me? Okay, good. So now the dahlias are all staked. They've all got the nice crisscross supporting them, and we will keep putting baling twine about every foot as they continue to grow through the summer. We have our dahlia plants planted a lot closer together than you might normally plant your tubers, and the reason for that is simply because we would like our plants to get as tall as possible. In years past we've had them spaced out too far and they just had too much room to flop, and it didn't work so well. So this year we're trying something a little different. We will have to come back out this week with some sort of mulching product, straw, wood mulch. The problem right now is that there is a huge backlog on straw at our local farm store, and so they're not getting any more until July. It is only the 21st, 20th, I don't know, it's Father's Day of June. So we have to wait a little bit for that. So in the meantime, weed control has just been a lot of work. Haven't been loving that, but luckily we've got some really great employees who have been doing a fabulous job of keeping those weeds under control, and I spent about the last 2 hours while Nick was putting the trellising down, just going through and weeding the dahlias and pinching them as he goes along. So 2 hours later, we're finally back, which is great. Can you tell I'm tired? So if you decide that this is how you want to trellis your dahlias, I would normally recommend actually doing this with T-posts. They're just very expensive, and when you have an entire field of dahlias that you need to stake, like there are 250 dahlias in this small spot here. that requires a lot of stakes, and T-posts here in Canada are about $7 a pop, so to do the entire field it was going to cost us around $1,000. To do them with regular wooden stakes is a lot cheaper. And with farming you sometimes have to weigh the pros and cons when it comes to doing things with the highest quality stake or item that you can use on the market versus using something that's just as effective but might not last you as long because cost. So what we chose this year to do was just to use the wooden stakes, and then next year, depending on how many dahlias we decide to grow again, we'll invest in more T-posts, and kind of as the years go on we'll be able to fill out our dahlia field with the correct amount of T-posts. But you can see right behind me there, so you see the crisscross here. We run it through twice, so you basically have your edges, and then you're going to run the single line, and then you're going to run a double line over top of that, and basically it's just going to add some extra security as your dahlias continue to grow, and that way each quadrant is essentially only supporting about 2 to 3 dahlias max, and that way if they do happen to like grow in on each other they can't get too far, which is the point. But it is warm. It is like, with the humidex, it's like 32, 33 degrees outside in southwestern Ontario. We're expecting some thunderstorms tonight and all day tomorrow, so I wanted to get these dahlias staked up before the weather got bad, and we managed to do that. The far field, the dahlias aren't tall enough for that yet, but these were all of our propagate dahlias. So these ones already had a head start, and they basically needed trellising sooner because, as you can see, they've grown quite a bit over the last week. So there we go. And Nick's over there just putting in more peppers. There's always more peppers. So, really fun story about Nick. Loves growing tomatoes, absolutely hates eating them. But every year we grow so many tomatoes. And I mean, we sell them at the farmer's market because he's got this like weird little following of old ladies who like the heirloom tomatoes. But he doesn't eat a single tomato, which I find to be the absolute funniest thing about him. love this because you can actually see the succession of marigolds. So obviously the first marigolds we planted are up there, and then the newest ones are down closer to here. You can just tell the ones at the top have had so much more time to grow than these little guys there, but they'll catch up. Over here we've got carnations again. We're doing kind of like a second try on these. Last year we didn't net them and they went everywhere, but they produced some really beautiful flowers. So this year we're netting. This is our miscellaneous row. We've got bee balm, we've got amni, we've got stuff that didn't make it. We've got some mignonette in there, the tall white flowers. This is another row of filler. We had some casualties in here as well, so I'm actually going to be replanting that. Here's our celosia. So some of it's doing really beautifully. There's a whole bunch of celosia in here that thinks it is fall. And like, come on, you're not supposed to be blooming yet. I promise it's not the little type that I bought. The top ones here, you can actually see some of these dusty rosy ones here in my shadow. Those guys, those are from Floret. I was really excited about this mix. You can also see we've got some Dusty Miller going on here. So those will be for some of our fall weddings. And then I have an obsession with cosmos. So these are all in here, and every variety of cosmos that I can grow, we're growing. But my favorites so far this year, because I'm just so impressed, are these ones, kind of down at the end. These here are the double click mix, and they're called double click because you can actually see they have 2 layers of petals. So the mix will give me the doubles in a whole bunch of different colors. I also have the blush cupcake ones up there, and then down the base here, this is the Dahlia field, which was weeded this week, and now it needs to be weeded again. So that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm tired. So we're going to be finished soon. We're wrapping up, but as always, please like this video, subscribe to our channel. It would mean a lot, and follow along. Next week I will update you again on the Dahlia field. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a good day. Bye bye. And it looks like he's finally done. So we're gonna head back, pick up our son, and yeah, everything's looking really beautiful this year. So